Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
And we are here. Happy Monday to everybody. And happy Mother's Day to those I did not get a chance to say happy Mother's Day to. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Today, we just want to say a short hello. We have a guest with us. You know, it's either feast or famine around here. And I just want to say happy Mother's Day and happy Monday. And our guest this morning is Greg McKenzie. He's been with us before, but for those of you who have not heard, we want to know, who is Greg McKenzie?
Good morning. Thank you for the introduction and the platform. My name is Greg McKenzie, and I am the co-chair of the African Liberation Day Planning Committee. I'm also the deputy CEO of Al-Kibalan Village, and we have a family tax and accounting business called Unicorn Unlimited, and sometimes I'm here in that capacity. So I wear a few hats, but today I'm talking specifically about African Liberation Day, which is an event that's coming up May 22nd and May 23rd. So I can get into that now. We can, okay, sure. Perfect. So African Liberation Day, for those who don't know, this started, it comes out of the history of the Organization of African Unity, when all of the African nations were getting their independence back in the 60s and fighting against the colonialism on the continent. At the same time, you know, the roaring 60s, the pressure cooker of the 60s here in the United States was creating movements that were gaining a tremendous amount of steam from the efforts of the civil rights communities here. And so Malcolm X, being a Pan-African, was meeting with many of the leaders of the African nations, and inspired by the creation of the Organization of African Unity, he created a mirroring organization here in the United States. And out of all of this came eventually African Liberation Day, which was a Pan-African celebration where people of African descent all around the world throughout the diaspora identified as one people with one voice and said, this is a day that we ourselves will take time out and see to the liberation of our people wherever we are. And so African Liberation Day's first celebration was in 72, Washington, D.C. and San Francisco. And then the next year in 73, it occurred in Detroit and has uninterrupted for the last 53 years. So technically, African Liberation Day is 54 years old, but it's 53 years old here in Detroit. So this is the 54th African Liberation Day celebration that's going to be taking place, and it's May 22nd and May 23rd. It's a 2-day program, and there's a keynote, and our keynote speaker this year is none other than Her Excellency Dr. Arikana Chiambori-Quao, who is an ambassador. She was an ambassador to the African Union in an official capacity, but because of her radical, bold stance and powerful voice in the face of whoever, she was fired from that job. But it was, at that point, it was too late. It was almost like you couldn't get the genie back in the bottle. And once she was in the international sphere doing the things that she does, she continues to be an ambassador and a connector for the diaspora. She's the founder of the African Diaspora Development Institute. And many may not know her name, but if you just look up Arikana, which is her first name, Arikana. Her longer name is a little more complex. I had to practice it a few times, but I'm proud to be able to say Dr. Arikana Chiambori-Quao is a brilliant a brilliant Pan-African connector. She's one of the strongest voices of our time. And so I think people will be very pleased when they come out and hear what she has to say. She has the fire of Malcolm. She has the sharp analysis of Du Bois. She has the spiritual faith and commitment of a Harriet Tubman. I mean, she's on multiple levels a culmination of many of our most powerful ancestors wrapped into one package. And although she was born in Zimbabwe, she currently lives in Nashville, Tennessee. She's a medical doctor, and she has a practice there. And she wasn't even thinking about politics or being in the African Union or anything like that. When she tells her story, she says, somebody asked her, can you join the African Union? And she said, is this a joke? Are you pranking me? This is not even my field. I'm a doctor. I'm a scientist. I'm not a politician. But they kept persisting because of her voice and her clarity about what Africa should be doing. So she eventually joined, but she said before she joined, she said, okay, if you ask for me, you're going to get me. And they probably not going to like what I have to say. And for sure they didn't. And it wasn't very long into her tenure that she was actually removed. But as I keep saying, you know, the people on the continent and throughout the diaspora has such an affinity for Dr. Arikana that regardless of having that position on the African Union as the ambassador or not, she is still our ambassador, and she is very much doing diplomatic and ambassador work. She's currently in Burkina Faso right now, doing what she does. And so when she talks to us on May 22nd, she will be live via satellite directly from her second home, or maybe her first home, and this is her second home, in Harare, Zimbabwe. And so that program is going to take place at the Detroit Unity Temple. It's going to be a keynote program where she's the main feature. The second feature to that program, though, is the African marketplace. And we want people to really take time to come out and see the vendors who will be assembled inside of the African marketplace to offer one-of-a-kind types of things that you can only get in events like this. The people from our community who make beautiful handcrafted jewelry and body oils and clothing and books and art and many other things. They will be there. They will have their things available, and the marketplace will open at 5. There'll be an intermission in the program where folks will have a second chance to go into the marketplace. And then the end of the program will be a dismissal to the marketplace a third time to give folks an opportunity to see what people have to offer. But Dr. Arikana will do a 60-minute keynote and a 30-minute question and answer. And this program will start at 6 and end at 9. So that's Detroit Unity Temple, 17505 2nd Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48203. Again, that's 17505 2nd Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48203. And as I mentioned, the marketplace, Mama Neptis, who is our vending coordinator in most events that we have, you need to contact her if you're interested in having a space in that marketplace. Her phone number is 313-995-3579. Again, that's 313-995-3579. There are 20 vending spaces available, 6 of which are 9x11 suites. So if you've ever been into the Detroit Unity Temple and been into their fellowship hall on the lower level, they have 6 suites that are kind of like walking into a mall store. So the measurements of those suites are 9x11. And if you get in touch with her in enough time, you can get one of those suites so that you can vend from that type of a platform. Otherwise, the standard 8-foot vending tables are available as well.
Now, would you repeat her name again? I got the phone number, but I write slow.
Her name is Mama Neptis.
Mama Neptis. Okay.
Yep.
And what I want to say to our viewers and listeners, when I was in my teens, I would say I first became aware of the African Liberation Day. I believe they, if I'm correct, held it at Northwestern High School, or at least somewhere in that area on a field that they had, and they had marches and all kind of wonderful things. Now, for us in general, we as a people need to support this and become a part of it, because our cultural awareness is everything for us. That's our foundation to build on. And the brother mentioned Dr. Arikana. I've seen her videos, and I want to shout out to brother Dennis Boatwright, because I became aware of her through him. But I've been seeing her videos on YouTube. This is a powerful sister. Everything Brother Greg McKenzie said is on point when it comes to that. You know, one of the things that we need in terms of how we conduct ourselves is we need to have our, let's say, our historical knowledge as well as what we're dealing with currently. And as the brother said, she's in Burkina Faso now. Now, if any of you know anything about the Sahel states, and again, Brother Dennis Boatwright brought that to our attention. We have the leader, Brother Ibrahim Traore, who has combined with Mali and Niger to just oust the colonialists. The brother used that term, and believe me, colonialism is not over. They found new ways to do it. Some refer to it as neo-colonialism, but it's all the same thing. We have Western powers, and I want to add too that not only them, but now China, although China is building an infrastructure for Africa, so in a way that does help because the infrastructure stays even once they go. But as we know, with the Europeans and the West, which includes the USA, they're totally for exploitation. I believe just recently, your president, because I didn't vote for him, right? T. Rump has threatened Zambia that if they don't release or relinquish or allow the West to deal with the giving up their minerals, that he was just going to impose some kind of sanctions against them. But again, we know the West is good for bullying. That's why they've been all over the planet. I mean, India, China, Africa, South America, trying to take what wasn't there. So I'm going to have the brother again, because if you didn't have your pen and paper handy, I usually say that at the beginning of the show, have your pen and paper handy. The brother's going to give you all the details, phone numbers, location, time, etc., so you can be a part of this. One thing for sure, I'm going to be there, because this is how we operate. So, brother, I want to give you a chance again to share all that information, because it's quite a bit.
Yeah, it is quite a bit, and that's just day one. It's a 2-day program. But I want to jump on the train of what he was saying about Captain Ibrahim Traore. So Dr. Arikana is the inspiration behind Captain Ibrahim Traore. And if you all don't know who this is, you know, this is somebody who took over in Burkina Faso through military force, a rogue government that was exploiting the nation and selling off its minerals for pennies on the dollar of what they're worth to the French. He took over through military force and then held it. They've tried to assassinate this man 19 times. Let's just take a second and imagine this. Some of the most powerful military forces on the planet have attempted to take his life and have been unsuccessful because of the commitment of the people around him and because of his extreme warriorship. And so we're dealing with a modern Shaka Zulu type figure in Burkina Faso, and the Europeans are powerless toward what he's pushing forward. And besides taking back control of his land, his objective is to take over the primary wealth of the land and make that the wealth of the people. And this is all Dr. Arikana was saying when she was the ambassador. The wealth of the land should be the wealth of the people, not of those who are seeking to exploit it through colonization. And so he's expelled the French. Just recently, there were some other rebels in the region, and he expelled those. I mean, and this is all, none of this is like through handshakes and conversations and pacifying and asking. This is through military force. This is through strategic self-determination. We will have what we need as a people, regardless of who stands in the way. And so he's someone to look at as an example and as a model for how we should conduct ourselves all over the planet. But that being said, African Liberation Day is going to take place. The first day, the keynote program is going to take place from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. I want you to note that the marketplace will open at 5. So come early and do some shopping in the marketplace. The address to day one's venue is the Detroit Unity Temple, 17505 2nd Avenue. Again, that's 17505 2nd Avenue. And then for vending, if you want to get in contact with our vending coordinator Mama Neptis, her phone number is 313-995-3579. Again, that's 313-995-3579. So those are the day one details. I want to tell you that the day two program is going to take place at Alkebulan Village. And so Alkebulan Village is on Harper and Van Dyke at 7701 Harper Avenue. Again, that's Harper and Van Dyke at 7701 Harper Avenue. That's May 23rd. This program will open up at noon with a ceremonial march, as Brother Thabiti said back, during the past, all throughout the past of African Liberation Day. It started with a march. The goal is to march through the streets and get more and more people from the community to join the effort. And so once we do the march, we end up back at Alkebulan Village, and then we will have a call to action by Her Excellency, Dr. Arikana Chiambori Kwao, once again addressing the crowd and asking them to join an organization. You can't be in the movement if you're not putting in some work. And there are many organizations in our community that are doing excellent work, and they need people. And some people are looking for something to do and somewhere to plug in. This will be the opportunity. All of those organizations who are available to and who can connect with us, they will have a table. And at that table, you'll have an opportunity to go and sign up or learn more about what it is to be a member, what the work that they're doing is, and how you can play a role. And so this is how we make it real instead of philosophizing about it and sitting back and theorizing on what we can do. Going into this space, joining organizations and getting connected to some work that's happening is a direct way to impact this movement. And so after the call to action, of course, there's an African marketplace taking place all day throughout the day. So we encourage people to immerse themselves in our culture in that way. We're going to have a diasporic DJ battle. What is that? What is a diasporic DJ battle? So the diaspora consists of all of the people displaced from the continent of Africa through this experience of enslavement. And we're going to bring all of them together that we can, brothers from Haiti, Jamaica, some from the continent, and Senegal, and maybe East Africa, Tanzania, different places, who can DJ and who play the music that they like. And we're going to let them DJ a little while and let people enjoy the different sounds from around the world that we create, and you will find a common thread in that once you get involved in that. We also going to have a Pan-African food fight. So what is a Pan-African food fight, and what are you talking about? We're going to have chefs from around the world, some soul food, some Caribbean, Jamaican jerk, some Trinidadian roti, some Nigerian jollof rice, some traditional Senegalese. All of these types of foods are going to be available at small plate prices so that you can taste them and then rate them. And then there is a traveling trophy. Last year, shout out to Chef Z, which is one of the finest catering companies that you all could ever hire if you're looking for good food. Chef Z may be also more well known by her mother, Mama Shu, who's currently running for mayor of Highland Park. But Chef Z is a culinary master, and she won last year. She was up against a couple of good competitors, and her food won. So she has the traveling trophy. She'll be returning with that traveling trophy, and you all who are in the culinary world will have an opportunity to try to take that trophy from her. So, again, you can connect to that by calling Mama Neptis at 313 995-3579 and saying that you want to be in the Pan-African food fight on day 2, and she will give you the specific details for how you do that. But for us, we get to enjoy samples of some of the best food from around the country while people do their thing in a fun, competitive way to just show our culture and experience it in real time. So last but not least, on Saturday, there will be political education and diasporic solidarity sessions. Again, Dr. Ari Khanna's organization is the African Diaspora Development Institute, ADDI. And so one of her imperatives is to bring people from America and other places that have been displaced from the continent of Africa in direct connection to the opportunities that are available to us in Africa. When I was talking to her on the phone a few weeks ago, she said, my son, she talks with an accent. I'm not going to do her accent, but I love to do accents. I'm just not going to do it here. But she said, my son, do you know that the soccer balls, well, she said footballs because they call soccer football, but she said, do you know that the footballs that we use on the continent are manufactured by a Turkish company? And so she said all of the thousands of footballs that we purchase in order to play, this sport that we love so much on the continent, this money is going to somebody other than African people. She said this is just one of several opportunities that we should be involved in.
Wow. And she's going to make us aware of other problems.
Absolutely.
I see that as a problem.
Oh, that is a problem.
Yeah,
and an
definitely.
opportunity, right? And so
Right.
those of us who have some capacity to do some manufacturing, there might be somebody under the sound of my voice in the audience now who has a factory that could produce soccer balls, that could make a phone call and have a life-changing experience. Not to mention take over, again, these opportunities from people who don't mean the continent any good.
Right.
They're just there to take what they can, get rich, and then leave the people in a bad situation.
Right. So we're now at the bottom of our hour.
Okay.
So could you please give contact information for you for those who need more?
So for more information, you can call me directly at 313-578-1300. Again, that's 313-578-1300. My name is Greg McKenzie, and I'm the co-chair of the African Liberation Day Planning Committee, and I thank you all for your time.
And thank you so much for being with us this morning, because this is an event that we all need to learn more about. We have a legacy. We need to learn as much about it as we can, and we need to share it with everyone that we can. Well, refurbish your orange juice, milk, coffee, and we will be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallnut.
Wally Wallnut here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew. Sure, we're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of These Nuts in a theater near you.
You're who I wanna eat with, wake up and go to sleep with, my forever love, my all in all, my summer love, my winter, spring, and fall. My love, you're my forever.
Watch Ruth and Boaz, now streaming on Netflix. If you enjoy the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.
And we're so glad that you stayed with us this morning. We have a few callers on the line, so we want to take them before we get started.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Hello, caller. You're on the air. Okay. Don't listen to your phone. Don't listen to the television because it's a delay. You're on the air. Okay. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name?
James Ford, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Speak up just a little bit, please.
Okay, can you hear me? James Ford from the Obama Weekend.
Yes.
Okay, I know time is valuable.
Thank you. And what I want to tell people, if they didn't get a chance to really get the information, James Ford is trying to get 2,000 to 3,000 new registered voters. We are in the midterm season, so be aware of that. And if you don't like what's going on in the Oval Office, this is an opportunity. Maybe someone in your family, maybe someone, because we got a lot of students now who are graduating, just becoming 18, so they're eligible to vote. And let's introduce them to adulthood by having them involved in politics, because as Steele's told me many times, whether you vote or not, whatever you do, whatever the politicians decide will determine whether you get maybe sidewalks, street lighting, and so many other city services as well as government services. So Mr. James Ford's phone number is area code 586-918-3061. Again, that's James Ford, 586-918-3061, trying to get 2,000 to 3,000 new registered voters. So we hope that you'll participate in this, because it's very important that we become involved, because, again, politics is going to affect us whether we do anything or not. So at least let your voice be heard. And as I've said to people many times, and I'll repeat this as many times as necessary, we're only looking at one day, and only a couple hours within that day out of 365 days in a year, we're looking at one day, maybe a couple hours that you take the time to invest in your future, because that's what it is. Now, we have our next guest, who is Cranstina Anderson. And as we always start our program, and I want you all to have your pen and paper handy, because she's going to have information you want to write down as well. But as we always begin, who is Cranstina Anderson?
Cranstina Anderson is a native Detroiter from the east side of Detroit. I am currently a mother, daughter, wife, community activist. They call me the cleanup lady in my area, because I'm always trying to keep our streets clean. I'm someone who is very passionate about education for our young people in Detroit, and for our adults as well. All those who haven't had the opportunity, that didn't get the opportunity, should still take advantage of it, and we need to have those resources available. I am a very passionate person about making sure people are over the politics.
Mm-hmm. That is very important. You know, so often we will hear our council members talk about some things that need to be done, rather than some people that need to be served or helped. You know, in this community where we live, it's an opportunity to come together and to talk about making things better, talk about establishing ways to do that. And I'm glad you're here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
One of the things I like, and as she says, she's very involved in her community, I like the title they've given her, a nickname, so to speak, which is the cleanup lady, because I remember a gentleman that lived in my neighborhood, and one thing about Mr. Davis, we took care of our property, but there are a lot of people who may not have, or there may have been houses that needed renting or whatever, and so they were not occupied at the time. However, Mr. Davis made sure that our whole block was tight. You know, he's a retired man. He's sweeping the streets, doing all the things that are necessary. This is what we have to do ourselves as well, because this is our community. Every time you walk in it, you can walk in it with a sense of pride, or you can walk in it and let it give you a sense of despair and drain the energy of your spirit. But nothing can be done without effort. So it's very important for people to make those efforts. So I applaud the cleanup lady, because we need more of you out there doing that type of thing. And you don't do it for any other purpose, but you love the environment that you live in. Our neighborhoods don't have to look a certain way. It's up to us to make them look a certain way. And I like what Ms. Anderson said when she said, people over politics. That is so important. You know, even in the beginning, I don't know if it's the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, or whatever, but it does say, for the people, by the people, etc. So you are the people.
Yes.
Now, what is in the forecast for Ms. Anderson in terms of the things that you're looking forward to doing?
Recently, I just ran for city council, and I was very proud that we increased the vote by 7% in District 3. So I'm always encouraging everyone to get out to vote. But as a representative and an advocate for my people, I've put my name on the ballot for state representative of House District 11 for the 2026. It's going to be August 4th, 2026. I am a candidate for state representative in Michigan House District 3. District 11. My city council district is 3, which includes a lot of those residents that are in Michigan House District 11. It also covers Warren. We're going to be Southern Warren. Northeast Detroit residents are in that district. Everyone can go to michigan.gov, vote, and find out exactly what district they're in, because it's important for us to know who our representatives are, where we're located, and which one of those representatives they can contact when they have issues. Right now, we go from John R. to Gratiot, from 6 Mile to 8 Mile. We are in Warren from DeQuinder and 8 Mile, all the way down to 9 Mile, all the way over to Hoover. We loop up to Fraser, around to Shaner, and come back to 9 Mile and go up to Hayes. That's our area where you will be voting for Michigan House District 11 State Representative Cranston. Gina Brown Anderson is on the ballot. And we do have a couple events that I'm involved in for our community. I am the cleanup lady, if that's what they want to call me. We have one coming up on the 15th, which is this Friday coming up, where we're going to be on 8 Mile and Goddard again. We did start that project a few years ago. Bank of America has been gone for a while. That's their location. They don't really keep it maintained, and we have to live in the area and look at it every day. So the Gardenia Community Block Club, which is the block club that I'm the president of, we have adopted that corner, and we've been cleaning it up year after year. Some of the residents, even when we're not out there as a group, they'll put the funds together and have a landscaper go over it. It's a lot of things that's the responsibility of the city, and we believe with our help they will aid us, and we want that aid, and we don't want them to make us dependent, them to become dependent on the community for cleaning up something that's their job. And also on the 23rd, we're going to go on Lance, from Conant down to England. We have a lot of seniors over there. They do have block club, but they can't get out and clean up. So we have collaborated with some volunteers from another organization that's going to bring us additional volunteers, and we use the Motor City Grounds crew to come out. It's a library to come out and bring us equipment.
Now, I hope you all were able to get that. We're definitely going to have the sister repeat it again, but to become involved, this is something that I myself, and again, I mentioned one of my neighbors, and he was actually an inspiration for me. And sometimes we look to our elders, though there are responsible elders who set an example. A lot of times people, and I don't understand how they said, well, yeah, I didn't have this figure or that figure in my life, but there are so many other people who are involved that you see around you. Let those be your mentors, let those be your inspirations, so that you yourself can also become active and involved. Now, let's just, Ms. Anderson, I just want to ask you, in your area, because you did mention the 2 different sites and the things that you're going to do, what would you do, and what do you see as also important things, again, not for the community to do, but of course the city has a part to play. And that's another thing too, we have to emphasize, we have to put pressure on our representatives. Yes. They can't just be there collecting a paycheck and then they come around during election time, but you don't see any groundwork. I am a firm believer, and I've always said that you look at a person's track record. From what Mrs. Anderson has said, she's already got a track record, but we need to get on the track with her to make sure that she has the support that she needs in order to be able to do what has to be done. So what are some of the primary things that you envision for the area that you're in, and then Detroit in general?
Well, just right now in the area I'm in, I want to take the vision that I see for us, which is being decent in order, and it's holding everybody accountable. Our residents who own the homes, our renters who rent the homes, make sure they understand the maintenance and the ordinances that's required in home ownership or just occupancy. It's important that we know how to make ourselves look decent in order so the people that represent us, that we can hold them accountable for what they're not doing. Like you say, they come out during election time, but I believe we do have to apply that pressure. And by applying that pressure, we're doing it through demonstration. Like, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it used to look like. And this is what we want you to work to make sure it stay looking like. A lot of things are not connecting. Wayne County, the local municipality, are not connecting their resources where we're looking good. Sometimes the resources that the city and the county are supposed to provide are the resources that we lack that make us start looking like the hood instead of a neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So, applying that pressure, collaborating, organizing, making sure that we are being accountable to ourselves, our properties. And yes, I'm like that neighbor you had. I started off with alleys. Alleys, I just couldn't believe. We used to run through those alleys when we were kids and play. I can go to my neighbor's house from my backyard to the next street and not be overtaken by brush and weeds and grass. So that became a pet peeve for me because I seen it wasn't safe, even in a neighborhood where I used to visit with my grandmother on the east side in District 4. Mm-hmm. I used to notice when, you had drug traffic over there, I used to watch the police chase people, and they could hide anywhere because of the weeds and the trees. And I feel like if we keep our community open, clean, safe, decent, and in order, we can keep the criminal activity minimized also. Right now, education is my pet peeve because I know that our children are lacking the resources that they need in public schools, in our communities, and technology needs to be stepped up. You can't talk about affordable housing when you don't have gainful employment. There's a lot of issues that need to be addressed in order for us to actually implement the solutions that we say we have. If we don't do a trial and error, we won't know if something works or don't. My community, I would like to see expand to that pride. I would like to restore that pride and dignity back into the area. I would like to see a corridor where the black-owned businesses were. Me and my mom owned a salon called Aurelius Laurent Salon when we was there. It was right behind Shirley's. Most of us African Americans who did cosmetology, went to school, got our license, did nails. We went from there to Wayne State for clerical programs. Detroit used to have a program called JEPTA, and it assisted those who didn't have their education, didn't have their high school diploma, helped them get their GED, put them into another program that helped them get their certification in word processing, which helped them get jobs, made them ready to be able to take. I worked in Herman Kiefer when it was around as a volunteer just to get the experience for young prenatal mothers who were having kids and they needed that prenatal care that we're not getting that. It's a lot of the same things still going on. Much has changed, but much has not. And if we don't come together as a people and fight, it is time to get up and fight. I know you don't want to just be rebellious without getting some results. So I'm like John Lewis. It is really time to get into some good trouble.
Absolutely. Where have we heard that before? All right, we have some callers on.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Hey, happy Monday.
Sister over there, the Queen Mother, the Lady T. We love thee. Yeah, the young lady, I'm so proud of her. I'm glad that she's back in the ring to work for our communities. I really supported her against Scott Benson, who, of course, does nothing for the community. So I'm definitely, supportive of her moving on and continuing her works and her great efforts to win win this candidacy. We do need safer, cleaner, more vibrant communities. We need unity, whatever it takes to get these people on the ship to build their communities and to help our youth and our seniors. I like to let the young lady know, this is Sylvia's Lasso. I want to let you know that tomorrow, if you're not doing nothing, and anyone in the audience, if you're not doing anything, they're having the Senior Expo at Focus Hope tomorrow. There'll be vendors, raffles, haircuts, music, and a whole lot of good fun and connection that we could be together tomorrow with our seniors at Focus Hope. The event starts at 11 and ends at 2. They have a pre-raffle, and like I said, many activities for our seniors. So that could be a nice place for the candidate to come. Also, Feeding the Fight is coming up on the 17th, 1 to 6 p.m. at General Baker's right there on Livernois, 15798 Livernois. They'll be preparing the community to meet each other and to supply each other's need, and they're going to have giveaways, and they're building trust in the community, and they'll have food and all kind of activities to connect the community to prepare itself and to build itself.
What is the name of that again, please?
It's called Feeding the Fight.
Feeding the Fight, okay.
Yeah, so they're going to have education, kids zones, mending station. They're going to have open mic. So, you know, Tabiti and I got to get to that mic.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so I guess that's Baker's Place. Isn't Judge Mathis part of that organization? It's on 15798 Livernois.
Okay, that part about Judge Mathis I'm not sure about, but I want to encourage everyone.
Yeah, General Baker, I think maybe that's his spot too. Okay. General Strike. So there'll be resources provided and all kind of skills to learn and how we build power. So it definitely sounds great to me. I'm definitely sharing it with everybody I can out there. We got you on Facebook, Lori and I. Thank you, Lori. So I was able to share it on my Facebook so this program could be seen on our
Tell us the time again
Facebook.
at Focus Hope.
With Focus Hope, it's tomorrow. It's 11 to 2. Health screening, vendors, raffle is free. Of course, they'll have food and music.
Okay.
And that's from 11 to 2 p.m.
Yes, at Focus Hope tomorrow, which is the 12th.
Okay.
And for some of you who may not be familiar, Focus Hope is located on Oakman Boulevard. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, is that near 12th?
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's a free event for our seniors.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'll let you take some more calls.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Love
you
you.
too.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Hi, my name is Sherry Holloway, and I'm viewing from home.
You have to give it to Tim. Okay, you have a question for our guest?
Oh, I was just going to say how wonderful she is, Grandstana Anderson, and she's really the individual we need in office, you know, because of her integrity, the way she assists the elderly people, the way she helps the children, and she's actually out here going door to door, picking up trash. I have literally seen her do it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we need out here, people with integrity that's not just going to stand quiet by the side and not do anything. She recruits people, everything. She's wonderful, and this is what we need, people with integrity, so that our neighborhood, you know, our communities can be, and not just this community, she's all over the place. helping everyone, and this is what we need in office.
Well, we second that because I grew up in that type of an environment, and it's not disappointing, but I understand how times change and people get involved in so many other sporadic things, but they don't focus on, what's at home, and that old saying, charity starts at home, and so many other things. So I want to thank you for your call and your support of this, sister, and we're just going to make it a point to highlight her. So thanks again for your call, because I want to ask Ms. Anderson, how do people contact you to help you and work with you?
Okay, so, I'm a grassroots candidate. So we've created a website that's called govotegina.com, and also Cranston for my rep. If you go votegina.com, you should reach Cranston for my rep also.com. You can, on that website, you should be able to sign up to volunteer. Mm-hmm. You can even chat with me on that website. I have a nice young tech that's out there trying to make sure that you can interact with me through that website. You can also call 313-784-2028. Again, that number is 313-784-2028 to speak to someone directly on the committee to help us get started with you participating in boots on the ground. We're going to be knocking doors. We're going to be making calls. We're going to be trying to get everyone to post on social media. This is a race of a grassroots candidate. This is not something that you see often. I am not connected to the political rhetoric out here, nor do I come from one of the elite families who have the funding for this. So our main objective is fundraising, and we're about to have a few fundraising events that will also be posted on that website. So I do need everyone to visit that website regularly and share it. Again, your support is definitely what we need. We need each other right now. In order to change the dynamics of our community and our government, we need to come together and make sure that we are at those polling locations and voting. Voting is the number one tool to changing our circumstances, and I know many have been conditioned to believe otherwise, but that is not true, and you can tell it's not true. In 2008, you went to the polls and you put the first black president into the United States. You did that, and you can do anything you want with your vote, but you have to encourage family, friends, neighbors. We need to change the mindset about voting and increase those numbers to the level that they don't even understand how serious we are.
Right. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming in with us this morning to share, because it takes meeting and greeting people and helping them to understand what is needed to make things better.
Yes.
And once again, would you give your number?
Okay. My number is 313-784-2028. Again, that number is 313-784-2028. And my name is Cranston Gina Brown Anderson on the ballot August 4th, the primary 2026. We have to carry that election to make it to November. I need you to share that. Make sure everyone gets out and vote. Like I say, we increased the voting from to 7%, and we, as a new grassroots candidate, got nearly 30% of the vote. We can do this, but we got to do this together, and it's important that you understand my whole name is on that ballot because Cranston Anderson is not a name that everyone was familiar with. If you went to school with me, you knew that. But if you just met me, it was always Gina. So Gina is what everyone knows, and I'm not chancing it this time. I'm making sure you know my whole name so you will know who that is on that ballot. You know my history. You know my UAW background, leadership in the UAW. You know I stood up for what's right. My integrity is here, and it's never went anywhere. So I'm asking you on August 4th, 2026, it's on a Tuesday, utilize your vote. Unconditionally plan to vote if you do nothing.
Wow.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Wow. For those of you who are still here writing down the information, Make sure that you replenish your orange juice, coffee, milk, and call somebody and let them know what's going on. And we'll be back momentarily.
Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Just this is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe.
If you enjoy the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
I've always been a runner, but I've never run from anything, and neither has my city.
Do you want to be a Detroit police officer? Sir, yes, sir! Amen!
It's something special to protect the people closest to you, the ones you've known all your life, your neighbors, your friends. I was born in this city, and I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. That's why I wear the shield.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. We enjoy being here every Monday, each and every Monday. It's just so rewarding, and you know, we say it's either feast or famine because we have a lot of guests, a little guests, few guests, one guest, two guests. But anyway, if you know of someone that you think would be a good guest on our program, be sure to let us know, to have them come, to share the information. That's what it's about, learning what's going on within our community. You know, there's so much going on this season, shall we say, and we're hoping that we will have a good turnout. And it's important to learn as much as you can about the candidates who are coming out, going door to door, asking you for a few minutes of your time to let you know who they are and what they're about. That's very important as well. So, go ahead.
Now we have a caller.
Mhm.
We'll go there first. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Hi, this is Jeremiah Wheeler. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Hey, I'm calling in this morning. Baba Greg McKenzie, GMAC. We're a part of the African Liberation Day Committee. I believe he was on your show already.
Yes, he was. Share with us. We're glad you called in.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. I too agree that it's important to be informed about what's happening in our community and make sure we get involved. I'm from the west side of Detroit. I'm born and raised, and I grew up in a very black family. My parents, they instilled a lot in me, and so I work with Robert Greg McKenzie sometimes with the at Alkeepulan Village, and he's been hosting this African Liberation Day, which is a transformative experience, and I'm just looking forward to the community celebrating from Detroit all the way to the continent with our special guest in the program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I give all the information, and Brother McKenzie did mention your name. He was on for a half hour, but, he's a man, as he said during the interview, who wears many hats. So, therefore, he had to take off one hat and put on another one and handle that business as well. And as I had said during the course of the show, I remember as a teenager when they had African Liberation Day, and it was held at Grand Boulevard and Grand River at the old Northwestern High School. They've rebuilt a new one there now. But I've been a part of it off and on since its inception, and I always encourage people because it's an incredible experience. And I guess the children say woke, or the youth say woke now, and the young adults. But as my daughter said, I was woke a long time ago, and it's just something that we can't escape. And it actually helps to build character and understanding and appreciation for who we are as an African people, whether on the continent or in the diaspora. So it's critical, and I'm going to make it a point to emphasize that because I know it's going to be on March. I want to be corrected with my notes, and I will give these to everyone who's viewing. But I believe it's the 22nd and the 23rd of this month. The first beginning or the first meeting will be at the Detroit Unity Temple, which is located at 17505 2nd Avenue. Again, that's the Detroit Unity Temple at 17505 2nd Avenue. That's over in the Wayne State area for those of you. I'm sorry?
I thought that was near McNichols, 6 miles.
Oh, okay.
17,000
Oh,
lot.
okay. I want to be corrected. Just go with the address, 17505 2nd Avenue.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, that's near Palmer Park, if I got that right. Yeah,
Yes.
I remember passing there now. Okay, I got myself together, y'all. Thank you.
Okay.
And if you want to have vendor space, you can contact Mama Neptis. Her phone number is area code 313-995-3579. Again, that's Mama Neptis at 313-995-3579. Those are for people who are interested in vendors. So if whatever you may make, jewelry, if you have incense, colognes, etc., oils, that type of thing, whatever it is that you vend, here's an opportunity for you to do it. The second day of the African Liberation Day will be at 7701 Harper Avenue. That's it's a block, I'm going to say, west of Van Dyke. Again, that's 7701 Harper Avenue, and that'll be on the 23rd. That's part of the African Liberation Day event. And it's, bring your children, your grandchildren, nieces, nephews. We have to enjoy and experience the different cultural things that we celebrate as a people. I mean, some of y'all did Cinco de Mayo about a week ago or whatever, and back in March, I'm sure some of y'all drank the green beer for St. Patrick and all that stuff. Well, okay, that's all fine and good, but I'm sure St. Patrick really didn't care nothing about, or the Cinco de Mayo people didn't really care anything about what we did. So we have to do and represent our own thing. So anything else you want to add, Brother Jeremiah?
You're covering a lot. I just want to note that there will be a diasporic DJ battle. I don't know if Bobby Greg already announced some of this, but a Pan-African food fight. There'll be a vote for the best small plates. Then there'll be political education and diasporic solidarity sessions, plus much more for all ages. Then there's an African marketplace where the vendors will be in a call to action by Dr. Arikana. And so, it'll be a place to be that weekend. So I appreciate your time and for having me on your show.
We thank you, Brother Jeremiah, and look forward to seeing you during the course of the events.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We got another caller here. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Good morning. This is Betty A. Barner, president of the DeSoto Ellsworth Black Association. May I be heard?
Thanks for calling.
Yes. Thank you for all this good information this morning, as usual. I really want to say I appreciate Mrs. Anderson for the work that she's doing. She's what I call a like-minded person. And I used to do similar in regards to my neighborhood before my health changed. I would get up every day, picking up paper, sweeping. All that is free. It doesn't cost anything, and it makes a big difference in how your community, your block, looks. And we have to get back to that. But what I wanted to share this morning is that we talk about being able to voice our complaints and issues. And what I do on a daily basis, Monday through Thursday, I'm here with you today, but usually at 10 o'clock, I'm at the council meetings. And I attend by my Zoom app. My daughter taught me how to do it. I got, I don't know if you call it downloaded or whatever, the app for Zoom, and I tap right in, and I put in their code to attend the meeting, which is 858-4690-3626. Again, it's 858-4690-3626. And you can speak at the committee meetings. They give you, well, we should have 2 minutes, but they have the option according to what's on their agenda. But you usually get at least a minute and a half. And you can speak on your concerns. And it works because I'm there every day, and if I have to speak on the same thing every day, I say I make myself a nuisance. But it's made a difference in my community, and they know my name. So when they know when I come factual, and I get results. So I'm just sharing this, and there is a telephone number you can call. I apologize, I don't have that number, but I'm going to do the research and get the number where you can use a landline phone and just call in and still attend these meetings. And I just think that's so important to get this information out to our residents so they know that even if you can't go down to KMAC to speak, you have the option of calling in, and I do it every day.
And if you have a cable and you want to watch the council meeting, you have to be on Comcast, Xfinity, and turn to channel 10, and you can watch any of the council meetings or the committee meetings.
This is so true, but don't just watch, speak about what you need. And on Tuesdays, it's the entire body, the council, is there, and you speak on what it is you need in your community because they work for us.
That's
and,
right.
Closed mouths don't get fed. So thank you for this time. I appreciate y'all, and I enjoy your show.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Okay, we have another caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Deshauna Browning.
Thank you for calling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what would you like to share with us?
Oh, I'm just listening to what's going on.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that.
I'm just listening.
Now, I'd like to share some information. I'm, and I emphasize in quotes, retired electrician, okay? So that means I'm not doing anything else. But I went through the local 58, that's the IBEW, that's the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. I went through the apprenticeship, it's a 4-year apprenticeship, and they pay you from the get-go. So they get what they call 8 punches. You get 2 punches a year. Every 6 months you get a punch. So you start off as a first punch. 6 months later you get a second punch. Of course you have to keep up your grades. But right now you've probably been seeing a lot of commercials on television where there's a desperate need. They've been trying to get us to come out of retirement. For me, it's not going to happen, okay? But what they're trying to do is they want to all the skilled trades, okay? Plumbers, electricians, carpenters, brick masons, and there's even some commercials. Channel 4 does it quite a bit where they're trying to get mechanics as well. I want to emphasize that these are the type of hands-on jobs that you can make over $100,000 a year, okay? If you got somebody, maybe a youth that's getting out of high school and college is not something that they want to do, but they want to have a good career. Now, AI cannot come and change your fuse box, okay? AI cannot put in new copper pipes if you need plumbing, but these are jobs that you can have that will be of benefit to you for your entire life. Now, I want to give you the contact information for Local 58 because, again, I'm a former, now retired electrician. But if you have some youth, and this male and female, because I've had in my class.
Female.
I'm sorry?
Female.
Female, okay. But we have, it's open to anyone. And you start off, I'm just going to guess because I've been meaning to call the hall just to find out, just for my own benefit so I can share the information. But you're going to start out at $15, $16, $17 an hour just as a first punch electrician. What you do is you'll go to school once every 2 weeks and you'll spend the other 9 days out in the field being trained by a journeyman electrician. I've worked in all types of situations from schools to hospitals to automotive plants, office buildings. We don't do that much residential. That's another element of the Local 58, but I'm speaking about those who do commercial and industrial work. And I think when you retire, you end up getting, I want to say, you're going to be in the close to $40 an hour range. So the telephone number, I hope you all have pen and paper. This is the apprenticeship school. It's area code 586-751-6600. Again, that's 586-751-6600. That's the apprenticeship school. You can call there, get whatever information you need. I believe, and I'm not sure because I got in 81, but I believe even with a GED, you're eligible. These are jobs, again, that I still have people to this day who knew I did that kind of work and asked me if I want to get back in the mix again. I told them no, I want to enjoy my retirement doing what I do with feedback and also doing other projects. Sometimes you'll see at the beginning of this show there's a video that we show, and I try to educate the community as much as I can with pertinent and relevant information. And I find that as we know, particularly those of us from the 60s and 70s, when our music, whether it was Edwin Starr speaking about war, Vietnam, whether it was James Brown, I'm Black and I'm Proud, whether it was Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, Inner City Blues, Mercy, Mercy Me, we have always used those type of platforms to get across political messages. And of course, the environment we're in now in this country, there's not much of that well, they're trying to silence our voice. They put what is now termed as mumble rap out there. So where you had conscious people, like the shirt I'm wearing, some of you can see it says the last poets. These were conscious people. Gil Scott-Heron, conscious people. The rap group Public Enemy and a number of others were conscious, and they were spreading consciousness. But because media is controlled by a small group of people, what they do now is they make sure that they oversaturate our youth and all youth in general, but our youth in particular, with materialism, with drugs, with fornication, with all the negative things that help to bring our communities down. So we have to build our communities up. And as Sister Anderson said, she's just someone who takes the initiative. That's one thing we don't do. Now, we do have a caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Hello, caller. You're on the air. Okay. I saw you hang up, so that means you're not on the air now. Okay. We're going to keep going. Again, I want to emphasize that if you want to get someone into the electrical trade, any of these trades, you can make over $100,000 a year. Okay. It's great money. And again, it's a career and a skill that you have for the rest of your life. There is a shortage, so there's a desperate need, really. And one of the things we don't like to have, and let's be real about this, we don't need people from other communities coming in to do what we need to be doing ourselves. There is no excuse for being apathetic and not involved. So again, that phone number is 586-751-6600. That is the apprenticeship school for Local 58, IBEW, which is the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And the last thing I'll say, and then I'm going to let Theo give you all of our contact information for Hood Research. But the beautiful thing about being in the IBEW is that you can go, that we have locals all over the country. So if let's say, for instance, work was slow in Detroit, which is booming right now, so you don't have to go anywhere. But you could go to Florida, Texas, California, sign the book at one of their locals, and be able to be employed through their IBEW local, whatever number that may be. And the other thing, the local here, Local 58, covers 5 counties. That would be Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, Livingston, and honestly I can't remember the 5th one, but let's just say if you're in the Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, or Livingston areas, you'll be able to go to and go through the apprenticeship. So I hope that if this information is not something you want to do, you may have a family member, a neighbor, or something who wants to get a real job. You can work at McDonald's. There's nothing wrong with that. You can work at Target or J.C. Penney or one of those things. But if you want a skill that you can take anywhere you go, I would encourage you. And also I want to add that since it's International Brotherhood Electrical Worker, this also includes Canada. We have Canadian members. When work may be slow there in their jurisdictions, they come somewhere in the USA and work, and vice versa. You can go there and work. So think of it, $100,000 plus a year. Need I say any more? Theo, help them get involved with Hood Research, if you will.
Yes, well, certainly. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today, for calling in today, for listening in today. We appreciate you. We want you to consider joining Hood Research. It's $20 a month, and it helps us to $20 a year. It helps us to pay for the TV program where we bring this information to you. The email for Hood Research is contact@hoodresearch.org. Again, contact@HOODRESEARCH.org. The telephone number for Hood Research is 248 243. Oh, well, that's it backwards.
Yes.
My goodness. 234-2371. Again, it's area code 248-234-2371. And then it's to call Hood Research. We have a program on Saturday, which is conference-based. You just dial a number. We're on from 3 p.m. until 6. And the number is, for those who have pen and paper handy, 1-978-990-5000. The access code is 338729. Press the pound key and you're on. Once again, 1-978-990-5000. And the access code is 338729, and you're on. And then, of course, Mondays, we will be back here once again, 9 a.m. until 10:30 a.m.
And I want to give a couple of quick shout-outs. Shout out to Sister Tahira Ahmed. She makes these wonderful crowns that you see me sporting. Also, Sister Carla. And the other co-host, Brother Mark Cummings. Shout out to you, brother. Are you tired of racism? Yes, we are. Yeah. And the last thing I'll say, and then we'll give our closing remarks, is that, and I'm going to do a report on it. I might give it to you in pieces or may do a half hour on it, but it's about melanin. Most people know melanin is the pigment that makes our skin dark, but there are so many other elements to it. And the one thing I want to say to the African American community in particular, because of our darker complexion, we need more sunlight. Don't let them fool you with all this sunblock stuff and that, because what happens when the sun hits our skin, it turns light energy into chemical energy. All the things that you see we're able to do on a mental, intellectual, physical level, whether it's sports, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryant types, or the intellectuals, W.B. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, etc. All of that is based on the content of melanin in our skin. It's an incredible molecule, and the Caucasian study, and they have conferences on it, but oddly enough, since they don't have that much melanin, we're never part of the conference. I don't know what's up with that, but I know what's up with that. Y'all know what's up with that, so we ain't gonna play no games. So I just want to say that we need to get sunshine, because it takes more sunshine to penetrate us, and it doesn't burn us. It just converts again that light energy into chemical energy, and that works throughout our body. So Theo, as you say at the end of every show,
well, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much as we can and as many as we can to help us learn everything we can.
And as I say, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
Peace.
You're who I wanna eat with, wake up and go to sleep with, my forever love, my all in all, my summer love, my winter, spring, and fall. My love, you're my forever.
Watch Ruth and Boaz, now streaming on Netflix.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.